So as you see here, I'm working on the layout on this big, huge box. I mean, it's probably overkill. I mean, you can see my hand inside here. It's huge. But you're probably wondering why I have the ground so far over here. And on this side right here, I'll have the input coming in. Won't be the input, but be the output going to the solar charge controllers and everything. All the feed outs will come off the breakers in the ground and come down here. So it gives me a way to bring the line up and around. Plus, at the same time, I'm going to have a video cable coming in up here and a regular grid 120 coming up through here. Probably come out the box up via a flexible conduit inside the building here or outside, whichever way I decide. But this gives me a room for all the breakers across here, because this right here, believe it or not, this is like 14.5 inches wide. It doesn't look that wide, but on video. But I get a tape measure out here and I'll show you what I mean. It's a huge box. When I want to use the tape measure, it doesn't want to work right. Got you a little bit angry here, but tape measure. Let's do this the right way. Sorry about the wobbly video today, but you know what? This is what happens when you're in DIY mode. And you see right here, it's pretty wide inside there. The box itself, plenty of room. A little over 18.5. So yeah, it's fairly deep too, as you can see. It gives me a pretty good depth here. Well, if I can get the darn camera to look at the tape measure right, yeah, that's about 5 inches depth there. Plus, the door itself is probably got almost 1.5 inches of clearance too. So it gives me about 6.5 inches of clearance when I take and shut the door. So it'll look pretty good. As you can see, it's got these nice little last blocks. It's got a rubber seal around it. So, I mean, this is a waterproof containment box. So, working on it, getting there. Yeah, yeah, still working on it. Here we are. We got a brace back here finally installed. Not the way I wanted to do it, but it's a little wobbly here. But once the box goes up against there, you'll have something sturdy to mount to. And then here's the old combiner. You know, as you can see how it's in there. Not enough room to really add a fourth one, because there's not much room in between each of these circuits. So now I'll be able to separate them down to 4, because I need 4. And I'll be able to make my other runs up through this 2-inch conduit here, because that's what's in here is 2-inch. And I can raise or lower. I might have to raise it just a little bit, that way the door gets past this cross member bar, so I can make sure that fits in there nice and snug and gets and is able to open the door. Yeah, it's been tasking. Working on it little by little, getting it done today here, or trying to anyway. I don't know if I'm gonna get the wire pulled this second. This might be a tomorrow, you know, the next day thing. But I'm making it all in one video for y'all. That way you guys get to see what I'm doing to get ready for it. All right, next part of the video. Well, doing the wire pull, or getting ready to anyway. That's just part of the wires. I've disassembled most of this box here and wiring. I got to pull this back up through, but yeah, we're getting ready to put the works in, so wish me luck on this wire pull. I ain't got no help here today, so it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, you got to be careful. Keep your wires kind of separated if you can. Know where your high voltage stuff is. Know where your lower voltage DC is. I ain't got none of it marked because I know where it's at. I pretty well remember everything by heart. So, but yeah, we're working on things. So, kind of clouded up in the evening. You know, it's like 6 o'clock in the evening. Not really producing much, so it really ain't gonna hurt much. I'm replacing. I used to have a whole bunch of this type of car audio wire, and it wasn't the greatest idea, but I used it for one strand. That cable's getting replaced with one of these type of heavier duty cables, just in case everybody don't know. You know, this is copper. This is the real McCoy. So, yeah. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm out of breath, because I am. So, anyway, I'll get back to you once we get the box and stuff. Get the box set in. Hopefully, I gotta do the wire pull first. So, I gotta pull this all up out of the ground. Poof, poof, poof. And then, yeah. Alrighty. I'll be back here in a few. Or just a few seconds for you guys. Well, I got the main run pulled out of the pole, the conduit. As you can see there, I'm replacing that. And it comes up through this 2-inch conduit pipe, and you can see how that lays in there going in. There's plenty of room for wire. I still have to snip these from the inside and pull them through, but yeah, success. I got it to pull through. So wow, that scared the dickens out of me. It's a little warm. It's like 78 degrees this afternoon, so I don't doubt that kicking on, because we got it set for you know, kind of like 74 for air conditioning, 70 for heat, you know. So, but yeah, and you can see the run, and it ends down here. You could tell I set that up perfectly. Whew, a lot of wire to deal with. This one cable here, you see the white cable? Yeah, that's my network cable. That's a 100-foot long stretch, so it doesn't look like 100 foot, but it is. And as you can see, I got a piece of regular house wire here. Like I said, I'm only gonna run one circuit out here to the building. That's it. I don't need any more than that. So the work continues. I'll get back to you here in another second or two. I hope you're enjoying the video. Well, here I am, and I really need to say something. I don't need to tell anybody how much a pain in the rear end of wire pull is. Oh, good Lord. Yeah. Lubed up, everything. Yeah. I went and got a bottle of this good stuff here. I know. Do not start the jokes, please. It pretty much was that. You know, bend you over and you were done, you know. This wire pull probably took about 45 minutes for 50 feet. So, yeah. My wife fed the wires at the other end, and I pulled. And I tell you what, good Lord. Oh. Next pipe, 4-inch conduit. I ain't messing with it. 2-inch, blah. 4-inch, yes. Alrighty. I guess I'll get back to you. It's late. We got the night lights on underneath here. Well, it's not really late. It's about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. So, yeah, I'll be back. Well, it's been a long evening here. The box is mounted. Doors right. The box is mounted. Yep, got the wires hanging out. Happened to pull a little bit more through. Make sure I had enough hanging up here to run my route. So, gonna be fun. But yeah, we got a nice little start here. I don't know if I'm gonna get this wired up at this moment, but I'm working on it. Got a little bit of an angle on the dangle there, but you know what? It'll work. I could probably heat that pipe up and relieve it a little bit, give it a little bend. So yeah, that's what it is so far. You can hear the crickets. Yes, it's nighttime. It's about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Still working on it. Yeah, it's been an experience. But hopefully this is a better box for it. It gives me more room. There's no way I could ever get more cable through that conduit if I wanted to. So yeah, even if I wanted to push it, I'm doubting I could get it in there. But anyway, now I got all these cables here. There's cables down there and all these to poke holes in through for the solar panels. That'll be fun. And I got to put my fuses in, or breakers. We won't call them fuses, we'll call them breakers. But yeah. Alrighty, I'll be back. Well, as you can tell, it's daylight. It was a rough night. About 10:30, 11 o'clock last night, I quit. I was done. I got the big 6 panels down there, the ones I normally, that's one set I charge the batteries with, and then I got a set that right here with these wires that come down that I charge the other 6 that's on top of the shed roof that I use to charge with. So I got that far last night. I was like, look, let's get battery charging up, at least get some sort of charge. But yeah, I'm still working on it. Yes, people, this is live, so you have to be careful. I had to I'm sitting here playing fun here with my cables that's going into the house, because I have to know which ones are which. So all these black cables you see are PB feeder wires going in to the house, of course, and each one will have 2 breakers for each set of panels they handle. Like this right here, this handles 3 and 3 panels. So this handles 3 big panels, and no, this is 3 panels in series, so it's up there in voltage. It's like 120 volts, so DC, so I have to be extremely careful. The same way will happen on this set, because what I'll do, I'll separate this out, and then it'll be the high voltage and then the lower voltage side. So I'm still going to mark everything that way it doesn't get confusing, but it leaves me more room in there. So anyway, back to work. Hopefully this time I'll have it wired up when I come to the next video. It's part of the video. It's just a long process. I spent probably 7 hours on it yesterday, so this takes time to get all this set in and everything, and you know. Alrighty, I'll be back. Well, It's a nice sunny evening. But bingo. I understand that it ain't the prettiest thing in the world, but that's how I did it. These are all my main feed cables going into the house. This set of breakers and this set of breakers, this all comes in on the low voltage feeds right here. Well, if you want to call 72 volt low voltage. And then we have these two feeds right here coming into these two sets, which are the high voltage breakers, because this comes, as you can see how I done it. I was going to do the pipe, and then I was like, it was just getting crazy, so I figured this works. All the low voltage feeds come in on this side, so it's hard to not screw it up. High voltage, lower high voltage. So yeah. As you can see, these three ain't on. This one's on because this one's actually connected inside. So when you're sticking your hands inside these, don't be dumb and grab a hold of, you know, the metal areas. You know, if you grab a hold of this and you grab a hold of this at the same time, it's going to shock you. Plain and simple. Yeah, I got it all connected up. These wires are big, fat, and it kind of, you know, you kind of have to maneuver them around a little better, but that's how I got it. Now I know you see these extra wires. This wire here is going to be a 120 feed from the house, and then we got my big dongle of network cable and my video cable. I'm hoping they survived the pool. So, but yeah, I was going to run electric wire out here to the, you know, back to the building, but I'm thinking I can come up with a little box here. In fact, I got an outdoor box that I had sitting on the shelf, so I'm thinking, well, why not just put it right here, mount it, and then if I need power out here, I got power. I can just plug a cord in. It's no big deal. Yeah, it's inconvenient, but it's better than running wire, as they say. But there it is in its whole glory. Nice big lock lid and everything. So I hope you liked the build out. I mean, it wasn't much of a video. All I could do was show you on the way what happened. So thanks for watching, and subscribe, and I hope you like the redo of it. So alrighty, I'm out of here, guys and gals. Remember, click like and subscribe. It only hurt once. Enjoy yourself. Have a good evening. Behave yourselves.